So recently, update 1.7.0 just dropped for the finals, and the only thing they changed gameplay wise was the Dead Go Boom event being disabled for all game modes. And I agree that that event is a little bit problematic, but like I feel like all the events need some sort of tweaking and some fixing in general. And in this video, I want to cover all of that and explain what ways that maybe would be better for the game and maybe change the game up more than the current events do. Let's start with Dead Go Boom, and I know they just updated this to not appear in any games right now, and I'm gonna be honest, like it is one of the most annoying events in the game right now because it feels unfair to play. You kill an enemy not expecting to get blown up. It feels not very intuitive for both sides. When I'm fighting an enemy, I'm not expecting to blow up to kill them. I'm expecting to try and live and win the fight. I'm not really trying to sacrifice myself or anything like that. And I know the main issue that they said they removed it for was because it really disadvantaged melee players. And I feel like the best way to try and fix this is like for each event, I feel like it needs to be a lot more obvious that the event is actually happening. Instead of just being a text on your screen, there should be some better indicators to show that the event is actually happening and you can use it to your advantage. But other than that, the Dead Go Boom, I feel like it really needs a rework because it just happens suddenly and with no warning at all. And when I like to play the game, I like to know what's going to happen and stuff like that. I want to be able to see things to be able to react to things. And similar to how Deep Rock Galactic uses exploders, and when they die, they stand still for a little bit and then they glow red and they explode. Or like Minecraft, when a creeper comes up to you, they don't just instantly explode. They charge up, you know. And I think Dead Go Boom would benefit from that. Also, this would also help melee players get a chance to run away and actually see that they're about to be exploded instead of just being exploded right after a death, which is super annoying. And I think this allows for like better gameplay too, because like when you see a person die and their trophy starts glowing or getting ready to explode, you can use that to your advantage. Like if your teammate dies, you can toss that trophy at the enemy before it explodes. Or if an enemy is on the cash out, and since they need to get that cash out, if you die on them, they have the choice to run away from the cash out. And if they don't run away from the cash out, they'll explode and stuff like that. There's more strategy in that sort of thing, and more choice and more freedom that I really appreciate. And that's how I would fix Dead Go Boom. Moving on to the next event, Mega Damage. I've always felt like the Mega Damage event really hasn't done anything. I don't feel like that event has ever changed the game too much. If I just shot at a wall, will it break? If I just shot at a wall with my gun, would it break the wall in like 2 or 3 bullets? No, like it still feels the same. I mean, I feel like it shouldn't really be in the game. I feel like it should be replaced with something else because the game is already all about shooting players and destroying the arena. And really, I'm looking for events that like change drastically how the game is played. So like things that can't happen in a normal game. So I want to see something unique and different. Moving on to Meteor Shower. I feel like the Meteor Shower event is it's a little bit boring. I feel like just slow moving meteors heading towards a cash out site, just not as fun or cool. And all they do when they land is just they put fire where they land, and they also like destroy some parts of the building. Like even in a normal game, the building will be destroyed already. So it's like the only thing the meteor is doing is just creating fire, which is just kind of annoying and not like something crazy. And like the thing I would change to Meteor Shower is like maybe not make it a meteor shower, make it, I don't know, goo, like goo goes everywhere or something like I don't know, something that actually changes how people move and stuff like that and changes what the map looks like. Cuz by the end of the game, all the buildings will probably be destroyed anyways cuz people are explosive psychopaths. It's easy to destroy stuff, but it's not as easy to create stuff. So like a goo meteor that just spreads goos everywhere or something like that. Or something like, I don't know, impaling spikes, like something different and not like, I don't know, like imagine like you're in a building and like a spike goes through this goes through the building and it's just like a long pole in the building now from like the top floor to the bottom floor. And I think something like that would be unique to see, and like imagine the clips people will have of it. Like right now, like do you see anyone having clips about a meteor? Like I don't know, you want to have like moments where like people can actually like revel in its awesomeness and stuff like that. And I feel like the Shower does not do a great job of that. Now, Deathmatch is an interesting event. I feel like It is probably one of the more strategic events. What it does is that it gives you double the money for killing people. So originally it's $200, and then I guess you get $400 for killing people. But I think they should increase the money you get for killing people. So like more than double, like I don't know, like maybe 1,000 per kill. Because right now it feels like deathmatch doesn't really make that much of a difference in the games that it occurs in. Like maybe in a few games where it pops up, it'll make a difference. But like usually money isn't that close together in matches. And I feel like to compensate for that, you need to give the players more money per kill. That would make deathmatch a more impactful event where people will change their play style and maybe play for more kills or maybe play safer to avoid getting killed. Or I think that's how deathmatch should be changed. Orbital lasers, I feel like orbital lasers is just more annoying rather than like game changing. I think how they should change it is like orbital lasers will happen no matter what, if you're standing still or not, like every, I don't know, 5 seconds or something. And the reason why I think that's the better change to it rather than standing still is like it makes it unavoidable for every player in the game. It changes the way people play so they can't really stand still. But also, in addition, they can see where every other player is at if they look at the sky. And that way, you can change how the game plays. If you need to wipe a team, you can probably use the orbitals in the sky to find out where they are. And not only that, it keeps people moving and not just staying into one position. I think that really changes the game for everyone and makes it fair in that way too. And depending on the information you get, you can make strategic decisions that I think would be very nice or to add to the gameplay. Now, Alien Invasion, I feel like this is another one of those events that just comes by and just like everyone's just like, okay, whatever. I mean, it is interesting in the sense that like I don't know, like UFO, they shoot green beam or green lasers that destroy stuff. Like a lot of this game's already about destroying, and I feel like the game keeps adding stuff that adds more destruction. But when really, I think they need to do stuff that changes the game a lot more and makes the people actually appreciate the events. I mean, it's fine that it shoots lasers and tractor beam and everything, but like it happens randomly on the map. Okay, it won't really affect much of the game if it just happens randomly around the map. If there's a way to control where it happens, that would be good. And like I think the best way to change this would probably be like make the UFO saucers be able to be controlled by players. In the same way that you can control a crane by moving it around left and right and stuff like that, if you can get on top of a UFO, there should be a control panel, and then you can control the UFO and control where it goes. You can make it go down, you can make it go up, you can make it go sideways, or anything like that. And it'll create these interesting situations where you might fight another team that's also on a UFO, and then you guys just have a fight on a UFO, which could be really fun and stuff like that. And you can also use it as a way to rotate around the map while also having high ground. Obviously, it might not be that balanced. I mean, you might need to create a way to destroy the UFO so they like breaks in half or when it gets shot or whatever. But like I think it would be very interesting if the alien invasion was a lot more dynamic and more controllable in the way you can use its abilities and stuff like that. And low gravity, I feel like low gravity does change the game a lot, but like not in a good way. Most of the times when low gravity happens, I'm complaining about it nonstop. People hit jump pads in low grav and then just go all the way up in the air and then fall down slowly. They probably die before they land because they're just a floating duck in the air. Let's be honest. The main issue of low gravity is that it reduces the control the player has on their character. When you jump, there's a lot more time before you land, and that creates less control for the player. And that's why I think a lot of people complain about low gravity. At least I think people complain about low gravity. I mean, obviously, there's some benefits to low gravity, such as like you can throw stuff farther. So if you need to get a vault into a cash out, that can happen. But it's also just like very annoying. It's a lot more annoying than it is more fun to play with. And to be honest, I don't know if there's a way to really fix low gravity because like the event name is basically what it does. It's just low gravity, and I mean you can make the gravity less low, I guess, like more high gravity or something. I don't know. But I don't know. Probably the best thing to do is probably be less or more gravity. At least I find it a little annoying to play and not as like engaging gameplay. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. So that concludes my video, and hopefully Embark sees this and makes the events more interesting and engaging, because right now I feel like the events really don't change the game too much. And hopefully these events can have a different role or maybe even a bigger role in the future. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.